US 27 shut down in Jessamine County after a deadly crash.
2 hikers in Jessamine County disappeared overnight, the latest on a search with a happy ending. And pretty soon there could be some new rules for drone owners.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Part of a busy Nicholasville road is back open tonight after a deadly crash. Thanks for staying up late with WKYT. I'm Kristen Kennedy. Nicholasville police say just after 6:30, 2 cars crashed outside the BP gas station on US 27 near Catnip Hill Road. 53-year-old Carol Sue Huff died in that wreck. Crews rushed 5 others to the hospital. Tonight, Garrett Weimer is in Jessamine County. He has our top story.
The coroner tells us that woman was a passenger in the tan SUV that witnesses say they saw flip over after that crash.
And whenever I passed the light right up here, I saw a little plume of smoke for a moment.
When Patrick Reed got closer, he saw just how bad it was. Police say the blue Volvo was driving south on US 27 when the tan SUV turned in front of it to try to get into the BP station. It never made it.
Me and along with a few others were assisting 1 carload of people, trying to reassure them, try to keep them calm, tell them to stay still, wait for EMS to arrive, and just tell them that everything's going to be okay.
Jessamine County Coroner Michael Hughes says a woman riding in the SUV died at the scene. He says that woman has been identified as 53-year-old Carol Sue Huff of Nicholasville. Police say the SUV's driver was taken to the hospital in critical condition.
Typically we have collisions between the North Main Street and the Fayette County line quite frequently through, but not to this magnitude.
Police say the 4 people in the Volvo had non-life-threatening injuries. Both southbound lanes of 27 were shut down while police investigated.
It's horrific. It's terrifying to see stuff like this happen right in front of you. And it could have been me, could have been anyone else that was around there helping, because they were all nearby as well.
In Jessamine County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
US 27 reopened shortly after 10:30. Get ready for a chilly start to the work week. We're tracking another big temperature drop overnight, and a freeze warning is in effect for tomorrow morning. WKYT's Mike Linden is here with an early look at the forecast. And Mike, overall, we're looking at some pretty nice days, right?
Most definitely. The afternoons look great for the next few days. It's just those early morning hours and overnight, like right now, that has our attention, especially when you're talking about temperatures in the 30s. Right now, the mid to high 30s across the Commonwealth, 36 degrees in Boyle County, Madison County, right along that same mark as well. But Somerset, London, Mount Sterling, all getting close to freezing, as yet another freeze warning is in effect for those spots. In fact, it's a little cooler this evening than where we were even yesterday. Now, yesterday we saw a widespread freeze warning. That included Indiana and Ohio as a whole as well. But overnight and into tomorrow, it's just the eastern portion of Kentucky and southern Kentucky as well. So the southern corridor of I-75 and the eastern corridor of the Mountain Parkway along with I-64, all under that freeze warning until 9 a.m. That just means temperatures will be at or below freezing for an extended period of time overnight and into the early morning commute. Be sure you have an extra layer to keep yourself warm. But once we get past tomorrow morning, you'll notice a big change in our temperatures. Not only will things start to get a little bit warmer, but we'll just continue to see beautiful days ahead of us here. Coming up, I'll take you hour by hour and show you the big time improvements to our temperature for the work week ahead.
2 hikers who disappeared overnight in Jessamine County are now back home, safe and sound. Crews battled chilly temperatures this morning while searching for the 2. The Lexington Police Department even flew its helicopter over the scene to help locate them. The chopper has a thermal camera to help detect body heat. After many hours, rescuers finally found them.
The hikers had heard the boat motor coming up and were able to call out for help. They had hunkered down underneath the canoe to seek shelter, is why the helicopter did not see them.
Rescuers said the missing hikers didn't have a cell phone with them. A southern Kentucky man has to find a new place to live after his home exploded this weekend. The house on 11th Street in Corbin blew up around 7 last night. The blast knocked the home off its foundation. Firefighters had to rescue the homeowner. Neighbors say they could feel the ground shake.
I just heard the explosion and I walked around and looked, and there was some smoke coming from the ceiling, and I noticed the blocks had been blown 10 yards probably.
Firefighters say the gas company checked outside lines and didn't find any leaks. They have not been able to get inside the home yet to check for leaks there. The Clark County Sheriff's Office is looking for a man who's been missing since this afternoon. Deputies say 89-year-old Leon Howard McKinney went missing around 1:30 today. He told his family he was going to Preston but never came home. They last saw him wearing a gray shirt and blue jeans. We're told he has trouble walking and has a bad back. Deputies say he drives a 2007 light gray Buick. A death investigation is underway in Marion County tonight. Lebanon police discovered the case at a home on West Main Street around 1 o'clock Saturday morning. Police have not said how many people they've found, and right now they're not releasing any other details about the investigation. The Federal Aviation Administration is getting ready to require owners of drones to register the remote control aircraft with the government. The FAA wants all drones to register with them so they can be tracked back to their owners if involved in accidents. One of the biggest dangers transportation leaders worry about is a crash between a drone and a passenger plane. So far this year, pilots have reported 650 drone sightings.
There's still people out there doing stupid things. And as long as you got people out there doing stupid things, it requires more regulation. It's as simple as that.
In September, a drone crashed into the University of Kentucky's Commonwealth Stadium. The drone's owner, Peyton Wilson, is scheduled to appear before a judge on that case Tuesday. Tomorrow, Eastern Kentucky University leaders plan to discuss security on campus. President Michael Benson will give an update on security issues during the Eastern Kentucky University Board of Regents meeting. This comes after someone left a threatening message on a bathroom wall on campus nearly 2 weeks ago. So far, police haven't arrested anyone in that case. If you haven't gotten your flu shot this season, you can get one in Lexington for free. Thursday, October 22nd, the Fayette County Health Department will have a clinic at Consolidated Baptist Church's Andrews Center on Russell Cave Road. People can stop by from 4 to 7 for a free flu shot. Health Department leaders are encouraging individuals to sign up online before arriving. We have a traffic alert to pass along tonight. Road crews are closing a ramp in Lexington through Monday. The on-ramp of exit 108 eastbound Man-O-War Boulevard to northbound Interstate 75 will close from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow. That includes both morning and evening rush hour. Crews say they have to close it because they will be busy installing high-friction surface on the ramp. One person is dead and 5 others injured after someone fired shots at the annual ZombieCon festival in Fort Myers, Florida. Police are still searching for that shooter. Wendy Gillette reports from New York.
Oh my God! Hundreds dressed as zombies fled in real terror Saturday night. Someone opened fire at the crowded ZombieCon street festival in Fort Myers just before midnight and the official end of the festivities.
4 or 5 shots at the same time and go pop, 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 pop.
One man died at the scene. He was identified as 20-year-old Expavius Tyrell Taylor, a football player at a local junior college.
Devastating for the family. It's hard, but with us being family, we're going to get through it. It may not be today and it may not be tomorrow, but we're going to get through it.
4 others were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. One person refused treatment.
There was people taking cover. Officers were running towards the shots, and that's when we located victims.
Police searched the area for a suspect but did not arrest anyone. The event has been running for 8 years and attracts more than 20,000 people to the city. But not everyone likes it. The festival has been the subject of protests and some community complaints. Police are asking for help from the public who may have cell phone pictures or videos to share. Wendy Gillette for CBS News.
Organizers of the event posted a message on the festival's Facebook page that says they are, quote, deeply saddened by the news of what happened within the footprint of our event. We take the safety of our patrons very seriously and take precautions in hiring security and police officers for our annual event. Tonight, firefighters in Anderson County think a water heater may have sparked a fire that damaged a home. The fire crews say started in the utility room of a house on Greenbrier Road. They were able to contain the flames to that one room. They say the basement and stairwell area have some fire damage. Right now, investigators believe the fire started right behind the water heater. Firefighters credit working smoke detectors with helping the family get out fast and safely. People living near the National Corvette Museum Motor Sports Park in Warren County have filed a lawsuit against it. The Planning Commission of Warren County voted unanimously to join neighbors against the Motor Sports Park in their lawsuit. The suit is looking to shut down the track and is also asking for compensation for the people living near the park. The Corvette Museum says it's doing everything it can to curb the noise levels.
We have been working hard to try to come into compliance with that. That included building the berm that's now complete. That included planting some trees that's now complete. That included putting up some noise abatement at the western edge of the property, which is now complete.
Neighbors against the Motor Sports Park did not want to comment. In McCreary County, the Whitley City Fire Department dedicated a new training center, a memorial to a fallen firefighter this weekend. Lieutenant Arlie Pooh Hill was fatally injured trying to rescue someone from a burning home in August 2013. During Hill's hospital stay, firefighters from Cincinnati and Lexington and from across the country helped the department. The Whitley City Fire Department is an all-volunteer organization. Families in Frankfort paid tribute to veterans today during a flag dedication ceremony. Kentucky's Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes, Commissioner Heather French Henry, and country music artist Lee Greenwood dedicated a giant American flag and a Christian flag to a site right off of Interstate 64.
It means everything to me. I know every day that I owe my freedoms to God and America's veterans. I tell my children, Chamberlain and Chandler, people have died so that I have the freedom to fly those flags, and I'm very thankful.
Following the dedication ceremony, Greenwood performed a free concert for veterans and their families.